everybody, what's going on? It's MattBreaksWax. Welcome back to the channel. We're doing another card room cleanup ahead of my move this summer. Just trying to clean up things that I have partial boxes of and do some fun hunting. So today we're going to do some hunting in this 1993 Ted Williams. We'll probably, this is Ted Williams Card Company. This is their first year making these cards, 1993. We'll do a little deeper dive into this. It might be broken up into a couple parts because I want to take my time. I don't want to rush through these. These are awesome cards. I love them. I did not know about these as a kid. I was not in a place that had a good hobby shop where I could have gotten my hands on these. These were not retail, so I wouldn't have had a chance to see these as a kid. This is something I discovered as a grown-up getting back into the hobby. So they came out strong. 1993, you know, it was the early days of putting autograph cards in boxes. So there are, in this, there is the potential of having a Ted Williams autograph as part of the Gene Locklear collection. So Gene Locklear is the artist that does some art cards in this set. There's a whole insert set of art cards called Gene Locklear collection. One of those, there are Ted Williams autographs, and I think they are numbered to 406. I don't, so, you know, 406, obviously, you can see the connection there, but that is one of the big chases in here. The other, there are autographs by Juan Gonzalez, numbered to 43. So the fact that, you know, in such an overproduced era, you could have such a low number autograph insert is just crazy. So we'll be looking for those. The likelihood of hitting them, probably pretty slim, but we're going to try, right? I'm looking at, they also have the Brooks Robinson collection, which is an 10-card insert set. It's like 9 cards plus a checklist. So it's a 9-card insert set, I guess. I'm going to see how many of those I can get. I think I pulled one before, but I want to keep looking at those. Etched in Stone are Roberto Clemente inserts. One of my dad's favorite players, so I'm looking for those as well. There's also, in each pack, there's a card that has 2 Pogs on it. So I don't know if you remember Pogs, but they're like the little round discs. I think I have one here from ripping a short the other day. So you would punch these out, and you could do the Pog game with your slammer and try to flip them over. This is just so 1993. I'm not sure why they thought this was a good idea in a hobby type thing that probably grown-ups were going to buy, because it's really old Hall of Famers and, you know, some young rookies, but not a ton. Why they thought this was a good matchup, it's just one of those kitschy things from the early 90s, like, this is all the rage, like, put them in there and see what happens. But they did not come back in 94. So they were not popular. I don't know, you know, that's just a bad marketing matchup, I think, there, of the target audience and who Pog's target audience were, because they were like kids, and like, I think it started on the West Coast, like, as like you know, a surfer game or something. I don't know if I remember correctly, but we'll also be looking for these. These are the Negro Leagues inserts. This was an awesome tribute to the Negro Leagues in 1993, like doing this in a card set. Really cool. I definitely appreciate that. I'm going to try to keep some of these separate. So John Henry Lloyd is our first card there. Has a little bit, his nickname is Pop, so it has a little bit of team history. He played for a bunch of teams. No stats, but you get a story, so it's kind of cool. These are really fun to read if you have the time to go ahead and do that. I'm not going to do that on this video. We'll be here all freaking day. But these are really cool to read if you get your hands on some of those. Manny Sanguillen, Dave Dravecki. This is the Big Cat. Huh. Interesting. Johnny Mize, the Big Cat. So I always thought they called, was it Andres Galarraga the Big Cat? But Johnny Mize the Big Cat. Okay, I guess there's more than one Big Cat. Maybe one of them is bigger than the other. I don't know. Comment below if you know that. Luke Appling, Negro Leagues, Buck Leonard. All right, so we got a checklist. Whoop whoop. This is the checklist for the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League. So the checklist here is 160 to 120. They had put these All-American Girls inserts. So these are from the, you remember seeing A League of Their Own, if you've seen that movie, but Alice Holmeyer, Dorothy Kamenchik, yeah, Pepper Davis, Marge Wenzel, and yeah, that's kind of cool that they had them in there. So I love this set because it just kind of highlights some of the, you know, history of baseball in a lot of different ways. It just appreciates that. Bill Buckner. Oop, that's somebody behind there. Oh, there's one of our Etched in Stone. Roberto Clemente. I do like it. And it does have a lot of story on the back, so it's a really good way to get to know that player when they do that feature. You know, Slaughter. Armando Vasquez. And here's one of the American girls, Alice Holmeyer. That's super cool. I love that. Alice Lefty Holmeyer, one of the top pitchers in the league. So yeah, that's super cool. I'm gonna see if I can keep that there. And oh look, here we go. World Series 1993 and Baltimore Orioles All-Star Game 1993. I remember that. That was a big deal here in town. So these are the Pogs. I'm going to keep a pile of those as well. Try to stay organized up here. We'll save the stand for the art cards, the Brooks Robinson, and the Roberto Clementes. Let's see what else we got here. Joe Morgan. So even the base cards are like really beautiful. There's a nice gloss to them. I'm getting fingerprints all of them, but that's okay. Picture-in-picture sort of thing going on there, overlay. Cecil Cooper. Alright, so here's a Juan Gonzalez card. This one is not autographed. So this is Dawning of a Legacy. So it's just kind of like, he was having a killer start to his career, so just a tribute. He was probably the hottest player in MLB at the time, other than Griffey. Robin Roberts. Alright, so this is Going North. This is another insert set. This is usually when... Yeah, Going North, I want to say this has to do with trades or moves. Yeah, or like talks about their journey up, like to the big leagues from the minor leagues. So it kind of has the story of that. It's their call-up card, basically, if that makes sense. So that's kind of cool. I need another spot. There's so many different inserts here. Louis Tiant. We got another American Girls checklist. So it's 2 of those in 2 packs. It's not great. Bill Buckner again. Bob Horner. It is a pretty short checklist. It's not a very long checklist. Let me just double check here. I have TCDB up on the other screen. So it is only like 160 cards. So that's not a huge checklist. I feel like in maybe 2 hobby boxes, you could probably get the whole thing. I think what makes this fun is just all the different inserts you could get. You probably need, several hobby boxes to get through all the inserts, but we'll see. Lou Boudreau. All right, so this is the Babe. I wonder if this whole thing is just like a whole set of nicknames, and I think that's inserts and related sets. They have this thing listed as memories, but that's a different set. That is not this one. This looks like just a regular part of the checklist, but it has their nickname. So 121 is the card. Let's put this up here with our Johnny Mize. So we go here and take a look at that. 121. It's just listed as Babe Ruth. So, I guess certain cards they put the nicknames on there. That's just interesting. Bud Harrelson. It's not a special insert. It's just a regular part of the checklist. Look, we got the same Pog. I told you it was a big deal. I might break this up into a couple videos just to take our time going through it, and we'll see what we can get. Because I don't want to rush. This is just an awesome set. John Henry Lloyd. I think we had him on the first card. Manny St. Gian again. Dave Trevecchi again. So then we've seen this pack. Luke Appling. Johnny Mize again. And then Luke Appling. Buck Leonard again. So yeah, some correlation repeats with the small checklist. We got the All-American Girls again. We got Bill Buckner again. This is kind of rough. There's a different etched in stone Roberto Clemente. That's fantastic. We've not seen a Brooks Robinson yet. The Georgia Peach. So who is the Georgia Peach? Ty Cobb. Who is the Georgia Peach? Steve Garvey. And Enos Slaughter. Oh, this is cool. So for the Pogs, you get the New York Black Yankees and the Homestead Grays. So we got the Negro League teams on the Pogs. I love that because I like some of the old logos. That's just such a cool piece of history. We got another one of the American Girls, Pepper Davis. The catcher, I want to say, was that Gina Davis's character in The League of Their Own? Comment down below if you remember. Was that Gina Davis's character? I think. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Rick Farrell. George Foster. Tony Oliva. Just beautiful cards. Double X. Double X. Jimmy Fox. We should have known. I didn't know that was his nickname. That's kind of cool. Matty Alou. What do we got here? Raja. On the nickname. What's Rogers Hornsby? Raja. That's his Boston nickname. Jim Pearsall. We got another repeat of the Etched in Stone Roberto Clemente. We'll put that up. Al Kaline. It's gorgeous cards. Cesar Cedeno. Tommy Davis. And our Pogs. Oh, love it. The Browns and Brooklyn. And that's fantastic. Fantastic. Let's do 4 more. I don't mind making this a little bit longer of a video. It doesn't need to be 5 parts. It can be 3. Harvey Haddix. Oh, there we go. So this is another Juan Gonzalez Dawning of a Legacy card. Not autographed, but very cool. Mel Parnell. Al Bumbry for my O's. I didn't really know he was in here. So there's the checklist for the Negro Leagues. Each little insert set gets their own checklist, which, you know, it's kind of cool because you could have like these little subsets and just collect what you want if you didn't want the whole shebang, I guess. Monty Urban Barrier Breakers. So Barrier Breakers, I think, are just part of the regular checklist. This is card 136, and yep, it is. It looks like cards 131 through 140 are the Barrier Breakers. And this basically tells their story of coming to play in the major leagues. You know, a lot of those earlier players, obviously Jackie Robinson gets a lot of the attention, you know, for being the first, but these other guys had to endure the same stuff that he did, and you know, just the horribleness of our culture back then. So I'm actually gonna put him up because we don't have, we're not hitting the other stuff to put up there, so we'll definitely put him up there. George Kell, Mickey Lolich. Oh, there we go, another Juan Gonzalez Dawning of a Legacy. Charlie Keller. And there's Johnny Mize on the Going North. So this is going to be his call-up story. So to have that. I'll put that over here with Willie Mays. Don Newcomb. And we got a repeat of our Pogs. Alright, Harvey Haddix. Again, oh, there's another Dawning. I think that's a repeat. Mel Parnell, Al Bumbry. We've seen these. The checklist for the Negro Leagues. Monty Irvin again. There's some new faces. Don Drysdale. We've not seen yet. George Kell we saw. Mickey Lolich. So we did see some of these. Another Dawning. This is almost the exact same pack. Charlie Keller. And Johnny. It literally is almost the exact same pack. Alright, we got Negro Leagues Classic Teams, header, Pog, and Negro Leagues Baseball Players Association logo. So that's kind of cool. I love seeing those little glimpses into history. You know, paying homage to the teams of that era. Willie Mays. I guess it's some new stuff here. Monty Irvin on the Going North. So that, you know, you really get a good kind of detailed glimpse into a player by having, you know, this story coupled with the story on the Barrier Breakers. Like, you kind of get the full picture there. Going north. Okay, I'm trying to keep my piles separate here. Billy Williams, Roy Campanella on the Barrier Breakers. So he spent 7 full seasons in the Negro Leagues with 2 years off to fight World War II. I don't know that I knew that about him. That's really cool. Started playing in Negro Leagues as a teenager. By the time he matured as a dominant player there, he would later be in the majors. Yeah, that's wild. You know, just guys having to take breaks to go fight a whole war. Like, we don't just take that for granted these days. Roy Dandridge from the Negro Leagues. Earl Weaver. There we go. I love that they have him with the umpire. It's just so appropriate for my O's. Ron C. I never know how to pronounce his name. Is it Say? C? Tell me in the comments. Tell me I'm wrong. How about that? Daryl Evans. People like to do that. Sal Bando. Bob Gibson on the Going North. So that'll be his call-up story. Johnny Mize. Ooh, here's the other Dawning of a Legacy, is Jeff Bagwell. So he kind of overlooked in here because I don't think he did the autographs. I think it was only Long Gone that did the autographs, but Bagwell is also featured in here. So they had an American League player and a National League player. So we had the Birmingham Black Barons, and the New York Cuban Stars. Alright. I think we're going to do... I want to count my packs, because I think if I have 10 packs... Oh no, I've got plenty more. I'm trying to balance it out so we have kind of 2 even videos here. So we might do a whole nother layer. Let's see. Alright, Willie Mays. Monty Irvin going north again. Billy Williams. Roy again. Ray Dandridge again. Earl again. Ron, whose name I don't pronounce, again. Daryl Evans again. Sal Bando again. Bob Gibson on the going north. Johnny Mize again. Dawning again. That was almost the exact same pack except the Pogs, Pirates and Cardinals. That's kind of a bummer. I don't want to end on that. Alright, let me see how many layers I have left. So I have 1, 2, 3 layers left, 4 layers left. Alright, so let's do 4 more. Oh, I have 1 left of this layer. What have we done, like 8 packs? So it'll be 12 packs, and then we'll do 12 more to round it out. Alright. Frick Jenkins. There's some new faces. Boog Powell. There we go for my O's. Dawning of a Legacy Jeff Bagwell checklist. I don't know that we needed just a Jeff Bagwell checklist, but we got one. Larry Doby on the barrier breakers in the color photo. Love that. Ralph Kiner. Oscar Charleston. Raja. Jim Pearsall. Rogers Hornsby. Smokey Williams. Love it. Oh, we got another one of the All-American girls. Dottie Kamanchek. Dottie looks like a fierce competitor. Don Baylor. With the Harlem Stars and the Indianapolis... I don't know. And it doesn't say. I'm going to have to look that up later. Comment down below if you know who the Indianapolis Negro Leagues team was. I think we have 4 more packs here. Maybe 3. Hang on. I want an even layer there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I got 12 left. Excuse me, folks. So unprofessional. We have 3 packs left here in this layer. Somehow I got off by a pack. And we'll save 12 for the next video. Bob Horner. Lou Boudreau. We got the Babe. Bud Harrelson. Oh, I like that. Say Hey Kid. That's fantastic. In the color photo. Willie Mays. Alright, we got Ron Santo. Joe Torre. Have not seen him yet. We would have remembered that. Satchel Paige. Craig Nettles. Or Greg Nettles. My bad. Definitely messed that up. Lester Lockett. Larry Boa. Bert Campaneris. And our Pogs. Louisville Black Caps. And the Philadelphia Stars. This is awesome. Alright, 2 more packs. Have not seen the Brooks Robinson. Very disappointing. I don't know how rare those are, but for a 10-card subset, you would expect that we would have seen one of them at least by now, and we have not. Satchel Paige on the barrier breakers. Josh Gibson for the Negro League. If you've never looked into Josh Gibson's story and stats, he was just amazing. Amazing. All right, Orlando Cepeda, Jim Bouton, the regular checklist. Al Oliver. Oh, I forgot my whoop whoop. Choking off camera here, folks. I'm very congested. Sorry. Say Hey Kid again. Ron Santo, Joe Torre. We saw some of these. Satchel Paige again. Gaylord Perry. We have not seen him yet. So we might get the whole checklist here. We'll see. Bill Madlock. And again with the Indianapolis and Harlem. All right, last pack for this video, and then we'll start a new video for the last 12 packs. Hey, Boog Powell for my O's. Dawning of a Legacy, Jeff Bagwell checklist. All right, Larry Doby on the Fairy Breakers. This looks like a repeat pack. That is not how I wanted to end it. Sorry, folks. Ralph Kiner. Oscar Charleston again. Lou Gehrig. There we go. I don't think we've seen Lou Gehrig yet. Raja again. Jim Pearsall for like the third or fourth time. Rogers Hornsby. Smokey again. Dottie again. Don Baylor. Oh, I did not know they did player pods. That's super cool. So Davis and Foster, obviously George Foster, on the player pods. Fantastic. All right, well, what a way to end it. I've got 12 more packs. I'm going to do a part 2 video, so be sure to like and subscribe on the way out so you don't miss that. It should be coming in the next day or so. Peace.